Well, hello guys. Believe it or not, this is a new video. If you're as excited about science and experiments as I am, you're gonna find this pretty interesting. I want to replicate the world famous um, double slit experiment. If you don't know what this is about, you're gonna see an on-screen indication or a picture or something right now. Uh, so what's this about? It's a very, very simple, very easy to make. I mean, a 5-year-old kid could do this. Um, it's amazing because such a simple thing, with a very simple result as well, uh, basically speaks about things like quantum mechanics and how basically two things can be in the same time, uh, in the same place, in the same time, like a light particle, a photon. Uh, we humans, from the general day-to-day interaction we have with light, just tend to consider it just like a beam of particles just going straight like this, because that is most of the times what light does, and there's no reason why to bother thinking about more complicated stuff on a daily basis for most of us, because it doesn't matter for things like that we use every day, like our computer monitors that have light in them, the lamps, car headlights. It just doesn't matter. But there are things in this world. There are fields of activity and of science where this is very, very important, because what you see might not be what you get. And this is how it basically works. I'm gonna have the image come up now. You have this laser, which can be any kind of laser. You just need to have those laser kind of light, with all the particles lined up. It can't work with a normal source like a light bulb, because it basically defeats the purpose. It's so it's already doing what you want to have after the slits. So it's basically starting to do the thing that you want to observe before you want it to happen. So you need these parallel rays of light, which then go through just a piece of paper, of plastic, of anything you can have, that you can place two little slits in it, so that both slits are inside the surface that is lit up by the laser. So you're not gonna put the slits where the laser doesn't hit. They need to be very small, so that they both enter the area where that red dot from the laser is, or green or blue or whatever. Because lasers are multiple colors. Of course, the easiest one to do is with red lasers. We have them everywhere these days, very cheap, like kid toys. And what happens is, when you get this light coming through two slits, or how many you want them, uh, thinking in this kind of intuitive way of how we see light behaving in our daily life, we would say, without even thinking, that of course the only outcome that can happen is for the light to go through either just one of the slits if the laser is very precise, or if you get that portion of light from the laser through both, either have just an image on the wall behind, on our or on the projector you're using on the projection screen, or the two holes that the light goes through. And instead of this, something absolutely amazing happens. Something that it's really hard to explain, actually, even when you have the facts and the knowledge. It's one of those things that just happen, and it's just nature, man. I mean, something like you get this, you get this thing, which is, shining a ray of parallel light beams through two very straight slits, and you get this. It doesn't really makes sense, and it's really hard to grasp what's going on. But then when you go down in the quantum physics and the theory that the light is also a wave, what's going on is that light is not actually like some straight arrows, being shot uh, from a bow. They're more like the waves you create on the surface of a lake when you throw a stone. Even this lamp here, you might observe that the shadows are in a straight line depending on where you put them. It's not straight beams. There's waves coming out of the light bulb as we speak. So um, of course they're kind of directed waves, so I can speak that they do have a direction and they do make this straight shadows, but there's waves. It's not like cars on the highway or some. So what I have here is one of these cheap children toy kind of laser pointers. I got a circuit out, which is nothing more than a chip, this white blob, probably having those modes, like flashing and stuff like that. One of the buttons doesn't matter, it was connected to an LED, just like as a normal flashlight, and the other button just turns the laser on. This is the plus, where the spring is. The body of the laser itself is the minus. So I'm gonna try to screw it in this piece of wood here. Probably just gonna put it between a couple of screws. I'm not sure. Maybe I can use some kind of one of those zip ties. Probably gonna try like that too. Solder a couple of wires onto it so I can power it from that power supply there. See how I can attach something here to hold my paper with the double slits, and eventually get to the end result. So stay tuned. Okay, the first thing I actually want to do right now is to actually test the laser, see if it works and see if the contacts are right. Given that it has 3 batteries inside, that will make the voltage 4.5, which I'm gonna set right here. That's 4.5. Not sure about the polarity. So the plus should actually be on the laser bit, and the minus here. Yep, yeah, it works. You can see the laser beam here on my hand. Gonna try my cat a bit too. What do you say about that, little pal? It's a very long time since I played with him like that. Oh my god. There it is. Drank it. Okay, that's enough. Okay, so unfortunately, in the meantime, I did a stupid thing as I sometimes do, and I tried to uh, power this thing up, and some way I thought it's a good idea to use these clamps from the power supply to press on the button that turns the laser on, but that way I put some voltage somewhere where it shouldn't have been put, and it failed, but it failed in a weird way. It's not completely dead, it's just very dim now. You can obviously still see the laser. Not too bright though, but I think it should be alright to still continue the experiment, as it doesn't really matter how bright the light is, as long as the camera will still be able to pick it up. Okay, and the first thing, which I totally forgot about, is to find out which one is the plus here, but on the board, like on the PCB, so I can see where I'll solder the wires. Let's get some continuity going. There's stuff flying everywhere. Okay. So my guess is it's gonna be one of these contacts from the, is it though? Like this middle thing here? Yeah. So this blob here in the middle is gonna be the plus. Don't even understand why that thing is there. Because the buttons are supposed to have the contacts on the side, so what the hell is going on in here? I don't know. Yeah, I'll just solder wires and come back. Okay, so I prepared a couple of wires. Solder here on the laser. Always be sure to put some fresh solder on the PCB pad as well. This is a really bad soldering error. So this was going to be the plus. Okay, and the minus. I don't care too much about ruining it. I mean, you can find these for like $1 a piece, you know, in the general stores in the neighborhood, but it's just that I don't have another one today. Oh, bless me. Okay, and that should make it so that I don't need to have these directly on the laser. With the crocodilus. Wonder what happens if I do this. Wow. And that thing is weak. If you look at this on the wall, you can barely see it. I don't think it's the kind that can bring any kind of damage. Okay, now what I figured I could do is, well, first of all, get these out of the way. And then with, oh boy, with the good old hot glue gun. I wish I had this tool a lot earlier in my life. Things would have been so much easier. Let me see if I can just make a circle like that. And I understand that there might not be enough light. That is awesome. Why didn't I have this before? Okay, but now, well, that's good. So I'm gonna place 2 blobs like so, and then boom. Make sure it's somewhat straight. Press down on it. It's not burnt, is it? Nope. Still alive and kicking. Now for the double slit, which I've made here from a little piece of plastic foil it had inside. And I have to attach this somehow. What if I go? It's too much to the left. Oh. Maybe if I reheat it with a bit of more glue. Yep. So I can see that it's centered. I'm not sure about it working. No, for some reason it's not working anymore. Guess I'm gonna need a new laser. I have absolutely no idea why it does this. I mean, I know I've probably put some voltage where it shouldn't have been, but I can't explain it. I have absolutely no idea what is actually going on. I theoretically know how these lasers are supposed to work, but especially for these cheap ones, I have no idea what's inside there. I wonder why. I mean, I'm supposed to see more than those two slits. I really don't get it. I mean, it's still a laser. I mean, it keeps the shape. But there's also like a halo around the dot. If I maybe... So I'm thinking there's actually something that went bang inside that chamber and released probably some gases that got deposited on the optics somehow. It sure as hell is not making the pattern it's supposed to make, which can only mean that the laser is not working as it should. Let me see if I do this on the wall. No, nothing. Let me try and just max out the settings so I'm sure I don't miss anything. Where is it? Yeah, this is through the double slit now. It's not really working. A little bit, but where is it? It's not enough. You can see the tiny little bit of maybe some bright, less bright lines on the left and right of the main dot. And that is the effect we're going for. But I'm not happy with the intensity. It can be a lot better. Maybe if I turn the light off. No, there's nothing there. Turn back the light on. Yeah, so it's not working. There's something that I've done that prevents that effect from happening. Total failure. Oh, and I was really hoping for something, but at least I have the experiment board set up and I only need to change the PCB and we'll be ready to go. Sorry for all the disappointment and catch you next time. Bye bye.